Hi everyone, I am Janvi Pavar. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you people are new over here, then welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to talk in English with an accent. It can be a British accent, it can be American, it can be Australian, any accent out there, basically a proper English accent. And one more thing, before going to my comment section right now and commenting, oh, why do we need an accent? You know, this is the effects of colonization. Let me tell you one very simple thing. Just because I talk in English with an accent does not necessarily mean that this is the effect of colonization or we are still colonized. There can be different reasons. So please keep your prejudices aside and think more than what your small minds can concur at the moment. If you also say we don't need an accent anywhere, believe me, I've got people commenting, I've got people coming up to me and say, we need an accent in order to get a job in an MNC, in an organization, or we have got a personal interest, or that we'd really need to talk in a proper accent. Some of you are also going to comment, why are you not promoting Indian accent? Why do I need to promote the Indian accent? There is no such thing as an Indian accent. It's something that our population, basically discovered and invented something as an Indian accent. I don't have a single problem with anything, with anybody talking in an Indian accent. So please do not go to my comment section and comment down all of those things, because there is no such thing as an Indian accent. In North side of India, there is a whole different Indian accent. In South India, there is a whole different Indian accent over there. There is a Bollywood accent, for God's sake. So there are too many accents. So if I'm over here teaching a native accent, don't come at me and saying, oh, you're promoting this, because I'm not promoting anything. I'm just teaching. I know you people are also going to say, I live in America and nobody over here needs an American accent. You just need to understand. Okay, I don't care, or I don't know in what part of America you live in, but from where my crowd is, from where, people who are commenting or people who are coming up to me, yeah, for their MNCs and organization, they need a much better pronunciation. So please, I'm not going to request you guys because it's nothing worth to request for. And I don't ever think like I've ever said all of these things in a previous video before, but I think like this is pretty important to mention. So do not go to my comment section. One thing you can very simply do if you're not interested, you can skip and go to the next video and watch whatever you want to. Now let's get started for people who actually needs to talk in an accent. So I'm not going to be telling you guys like listen to this and listen to that. Obviously, we're going to be coming up to that point as well. But before that, I'm going to tell you very important sounds, sounds that are very necessary in order to get a better accent, in order to sound like a native. So here are the sounds. The first sound you got to focus on are your R's. It's very important, whether it's British, American, or Australian, or Canadian, any proper accent. So their R's are something to focus on. For example, in American accent, R is pronounced by rolling your tongue upwards or downwards. For example, when I say for, so it's not for or the R, normal R sound. It's kind of like you have to roll your tongue upwards and say R. So it's for example. For this, I'm going to tell you later on what to do and how to improve. The next sound you have to focus on is your T sound. Now, why T sound is important? Because there are many types of T sound, tap T, glottal T, and some other kind of T as well. Simple T, and where you just drop your T. So in American, it's like there is a glottal T. In British accent, it's like you just have to skip your T's, and somewhere where you do not skip your T's, you have to be much softer. So your T sound. Next up, we have our diphthongs. What are diphthongs? Diphthongs are two vowel sounds that mix up together and creates one sound. For example, the word rain. So there are the vowel sounds of A. So AI, there are two vowel sounds mixed in one and they create the sound of A. So rain. So these are your diphthong sounds. There are 8 diphthongs, like proper 8 diphthongs that people need to focus on. And after this, it's very important to just, acknowledge your syllable stress, because there are different syllables in a word. And to find out how many syllables are there in a word, what you can do, you can say a word, for example, the word upload. So you can keep your hand under your chin, place your hand under your chin, and the number of times your chin is going to touch your palm are the number of syllables are there in the word. So upload. So there are 2 syllables. Then you also have to focus on what syllable is there more stress. Is it the first syllable or the second syllable? So you have to focus on that as well. Now, in order to improve these four things, what is the most important thing that one should do? Listening to native speakers more and more, because obviously you need the kind of accent that native speakers talk in, and for that you have to listen to more native speakers. You have to listen to people who have got a proper accent, because the more you're going to encounter those people, the more you're going to listen to their accents, the more you can improve. When I say listening improves your speaking, it's very true. So the more you're going to listen, the more your pronunciation is going to improve. So while listening, you can start by watching, if you want to improve your American accent, for example. So for American accent, you can start by watching Friends on Netflix. If you do not have a subscription, buy one or ask your friends. So start by watching Friends, and in Friends, focus on their R's. So the first sound is R that you get to focus on, so focus on their R's. Listen more and more to every episode, and for example, if an episode is of 20 to 25 minutes, you listen to that, you focus on the R sound, then you pronounce the same sounds. Okay, so they said the word so they pronounce it like word. Focus on their lip movements, focus on their intonation. Word. Did they say it like word, or was it like word? So however they're pronouncing it, pronounce it the same way, mimic in the same way. And after that, you're focused on the R sound. Now move on to the next sound, mimic it the same way. And do not just do this, okay, so I'm done with the episode, moving on to the next episode. No. As long as you cannot master a word and you feel like, oh, you're getting very conflicted with this word, you keep pronouncing it over and over. For this, what you have to do, like after you're done listening, start reading. You can read a newspaper, a novel, or a simple book. So in those books or in a newspaper, when you read out loud. And whenever you find the letter R or the sound R anywhere, you pronounce it the same way as you heard it. If you heard the word R, if you heard the word heard, and you heard it like heard, and now you're pronouncing it heard. So you pronounce it the same way whenever you find it in a newspaper or anywhere else. Like, do not think, okay, so I'm done. I've practiced this word for 10 to 11 times and I'm done for the day. You're not done for the day. You have to keep on pronouncing it. Like if you're talking in English with anybody, you have to pronounce it the same way every single time. That's how it fits on your tongue. The problem with us right now is that your tongue is not fitted for an American or a British accent. Why? Because you have been talking in your native accent for your whole life, and for that you have to keep on pronouncing so that your tongue can fit up for all of these words.